Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi loves, welcome back to another video. My name is Alizea and I'm your favorite black transsexual. Get up into the big pearl, whatever. We are back with some pre-recorded content, girl. You already know, girl. I'm gonna be telling y'all a juicy story time, girl. You know, I haven't did one of these in a minute, girl. But it's not the usual story time that I always do, girl. This is the story time of how I got beat up by my black gay boy. So, you know, buckle up, girl. Things are finna get messy. Before we get into today's video, girl, I want to say viewer discretion is advised because, you know, I want to throw out there's a trigger warning that, you know, I was very dumb in this situation. I know a lot of people from my city might be watching this. You know, a lot of people might be like, why is he talking about old mess? Well, first off, you need to use your pronouns, right, girl? I am, you know, transgender, you know, a trans girl. Get up into the beautiful transness or whatever, bada bing, bada boom. But I do want to leave a fair warning, like I said, that, you know, things are going to get triggering. Things are going to get very irritating. And if you are a very sensitive person, I'm just going to say buckle up, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. Before we get into today's video, girl, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe because, girl, you would never find another black transsexual like me. Hello, hello, hello. I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. Get up into the big pearl, whatever. Go ahead and lock in on myself. So back in 2020, I was in the process of transitioning, and it wasn't even that I was transitioning. I was just being flamboyantly me. I was just being Alizea. I was just, you know, doing what makes me happy. You get what I mean? So I had this friend group. We're going to call them the sisters or whatever, right? Because it was just a bunch of, you know, gay boys, and it was just a bunch of the gay girls, you know, all together or whatever. There was no really transsexual. I was the only, you know, trans woman there or whatever. Get up into it. So I had this friend or whatever. We're going to call her, you know, what are we going to call her? We're going to call her stick figure or whatever, right? Because I don't know what to call her, girl. I don't want nobody in my business. But stick figure or whatever, this was my friendship of 11 years or whatever, and no shade to her. I love her boots down, you know. But I had to separate myself, and this is the reason why. So me and stick figure, we had a bunch of falling outs, and our first falling out was, you know, that, you know, we was on a bus or whatever one day, and basically, you know, people were saying that I was sitting over here talking about her mother and talking about her mother having cancer, when in reality, why would I even talk about anybody's mother? Why would I even speak and talk about anybody's mother? Like, that's weird to talk about somebody's parent. Like, you don't know what people are going through, and then for that to be my quote-unquote friend, why would I go out my way to say that? So we ended up having our fight or whatever. Mind you, it wasn't recorded or whatever, right? But, girl, I'm glad it wasn't recorded because, girl, I don't think either of us really wanted to fight each other because, girl, I picked up this big old branch and I swung at her, and, girl, she grabbed the branch and put it at me. Like, girl, it was a whole lot. So we had our falling out or whatever, right? So during that falling out period or whatever, she was friends with, we're going to call her Water Bottle or whatever. Water Bottle is, you know, who we're talking about in this primetime story time or whatever. So Water Bottle is the main character, okay? So Water Bottle, I guess, didn't like me because I was openly trans and I was starting to actually get into my transition. So back in, you know, 2021 or whatever, this was, you know, during, you know, the lockdown or whatever, right? And during the lockdown or whatever, this is where I felt comfortable to finally, you know, do what makes me happy. This was the time where I just didn't care how anybody felt about me. I didn't care how anybody perceived me. I was going to do what makes me happy or whatever, right? So, you know, I ended up starting, you know, finally get into my transition phase, but I was very skinny at the time, and I'm still skinny. I love being skinny. I don't, you know, hate, you know, my body. I don't hate anything about me because I'm black and I'm trans and I'm beautiful. Like, you better wake it up, girl. Hang it up flat screen. Wake it up. Wake it up. So stick figure or whatever, right? Stick figure used to be very thick. Stick figure used to be very voluptuous or whatever, right? And she used to post, you know, pictures or whatever, right? So when Stick Figure posted a picture of, you know, her, you know, with her, you know, thing on the, you know, countertop or whatever, right? You know, a lot of people were being very messy, and a lot of people, you know, got in the comment section saying Isaiah could never. And for the people who are not understanding who Isaiah is my dad name or whatever, right? I go by Alizea, if you get what I mean. So, you know, they were in the comments saying Isaiah could never. Isaiah is so flat. And I'm gonna post the screenshots right here or whatever.
We got all the smoke, so who want it? You say you bad, humble bitch, make me know it. Try me in the street, it's only up if you throw it. I mean, it is what it is, so fuck it, let's go then.
First off, let me say this. I will say this loud and proud. I was never truly ashamed of my body. It was just a bunch of people always in my ear telling me that I need to be thicker. And I really don't think that thick is really in, because say like this, like when you get 50 years old, you can't sit over here and have all that muscle mass with you. That muscle mass is just going to sag. It's going to sag when you get older. Like imagine you just got the most Cardi B balloon donka whatever, right? And then you turn 50 years old and that badonka is just sagging. Like, girl, I love my toothpick self and I ain't got no issues with my body. I love my body. And then this always bothers me to this day. I don't understand how people can sit over here and quote unquote root for you and quote unquote be your friend, but when there's people sitting over here talking about you as the friend and talking behind your back, and you're in the circle and you're hearing somebody talk about your friend and you're not gonna defend them, I think that's always so weird, and I stand on that. And then I don't understand how you gonna sit over here and say in that screenshot that I have more bodies than you. Girl, let me tell you something, girl. The difference between me and you is, I don't sit over here. How do I say this without getting canceled? I'm not ugly, okay? I'm not ugly. And I only lost my virginity at 18, and I couldn't sit over here and deal with the trade because, I'm trans. Like, baby, the guys was not really in my inbox, if we're going to be honest. You get what I mean? I don't want to, spoil and expose, but, things happen, but, it ain't happened the way that people think that happened. This is why I say you never judge a book by its cover, because, girl, what you think happened didn't happen. This is why I was very baffled and very angry when she said that. So basically, when that happened or whatever, right, I decided, I was going to be messy, and I was going to sit over here and, post up on my story that, you wish you could do this, you wish you could do that. And I was just, talking my ish or whatever, right? So in the middle of me talking my ish, I basically was, standing on ground. I was standing on business or whatever. And that's when Toothpick ended up, coming in, my DMs or whatever and said, do you want to fight? I'm not going to lie, y'all. I was very scary at the time. And I be talking all this hot ish, but girl, in the middle of, us, getting into the hot ish, girl, not going to lie, I be a little scared. But now, girl, I don't care, babe. You trying to get that muscle mass. You trying to, get up and going. Like, girl, we going to get up and going. But basically, sister, got in my DM and basically said, do you want to fight? And I basically told her, like, no, I don't want to fight. No, I don't want to sit over here and, do anything, you got it or whatever, right? And she was like, yeah, I thought so. I had to check something or whatever. I'm like, you had to check something, girl. You played.
Can you come up with something else?
So fast forward, that little, situation happened. I paid it dust or whatever. But ever since then, Water Bottle never liked me ever since then. And Water Bottle always thought, I'm just trying to be a girl. I'm just trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I would never be a girl. I'm just so weird, which you don't know me from a can of paint, and you don't know my story. So fast forward in the midst of it or whatever, right? Basically, I was now really starting to transition. I was starting to actually transition medically. I finally came out to my mother as trans, and I finally started to, get into my transition or whatever, right? So I was going to the school Waco High at the time, and, I'm repping the shirt and, the video or whatever, because not gonna lie, it's cute with my hair or whatever, get up into it. But basically, in the middle of me transitioning, a lot of people did not like me because I was trans, and a lot of people just did not understand my transition, which kudos to you. You don't have to understand me. I don't have to understand you. I'm gonna pay you dust or whatever, right? So I felt like it was this one boy who likes me or whatever, right? And he didn't know how, he could sit over here and like me but still be straight or whatever, right? And so he used to project. He used to be such a self-hating, person. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'm gonna sit over here and spill some tea. Little do you know, like, girl, I'm not gonna lie, girl, he sits over here and, gets, bent over in a garage, girl, and sits over here and gets his, pancakes demolished by a whole gay boy. Girl, we're not even gonna get into that, but it's just so funny to me now how you was talking about me, but now you sitting over here getting bent up in a garage. Like, it don't make no sense. You was a homosexual. So basically, he sat over here and posted, if you're a Nicki Minaj fan, don't talk to me at all, because people like y'all are crazy as F. Some fruity do like to be a girl, gone somewhere with all that, girl, whatever, right? So I get up in the comment section. Mind you, he posted this on Facebook. It is so played out to be on Facebook and be messy. How are you in high school being messy on Facebook? If anything, be messy on Instagram, because who gets on the internet who gets on a platform where old heads are on? Like, girl, that makes no sense. You play. So I get up in the comment section, I'm saying you pushing it or whatever, right? So I, get up in his inbox or whatever. We're gonna call him we're gonna call him Gonzalez or whatever, because this is his last name or whatever, right? So Gonzalez or whatever, right? He basically said, you know, do you want to sit over here and fight or whatever? I'm like, sir, do you want to fight? Because you sitting over here doing all this little rah or whatever, right? So now I'm feeling big and bad because ain't nobody finna punk me, girl. My mama ain't raised no bum. My mama ain't raised no punk, girl. She said, girl, even if you lose, you better get up out there, girl. I'm like, okay, girl, you know, let me sit over here and go check some or whatever, right? So, you know, we sitting over here arguing, girl, and I wish I had the screenshots, but that's in my old phone. But I basically said, do you want to fight or whatever? Because you doing all this rah, but you don't want to post up.
Just dick rotted.
So after that, I paid him dust. After that, I just ignored him. After that, I just ignored that whole friend group because I was like, y'all are so weird. So let's get into the present. Let's get to where the mess is finna amp up or whatever, right? So basically, you already know, like, you know, me in my transition phase or whatever, right? You know, I was really starting to, you know, present even more as a woman. I was starting to, you know, like just do what makes me happy. So I was on them hormones. I was on my journey. I started to post on YouTube that I was on my journey or whatever, right? And I was just feeling myself because I felt so beautiful. I felt so lovely. I just felt so, you know, cunt and fabulous. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? So fast forward or whatever, right? You know, this is when Tupac ended up, you know, coming in my inbox or whatever. And Tupac basically said, you know, I see that you're transitioning. You know, I'm so proud of you. And I just wanted to tell you that I'm so proud of you. I know we're not on good terms, but I just wanted to throw that up out there.
Lord, it's not a good book to read. I don't know.
But basically, you know, she's sitting over here congratulating me on my transition. But wasn't you just talking about me? Wasn't you just body shaming me? Wasn't you just sitting over here being a weird snake person? That's weird to me. Like, how can you sit over here and do all this rah, but you so weird like that? And I feel like that's why we never could bounce back as friends. And I feel like I've always had a grudge towards her because, like, how could you sit over here and be my friend, but be friends with somebody who's going to talk about me? Be friends with people who are going to body shame me? Be friends with people who do not like me? Those same people who are talking about me and talk about behind my back, you know, they're gonna do the same thing to you. That's what a lot of people don't understand. And I know a lot of people might be like, why are you bringing up this drama? Girl, I get paid for it, so girl, I don't care, girl. I'm gonna do what I want, girl. This is why we got YouTube now. We getting that chat, girl. Let's get into it. So after that whole little exchange, I forgave them or whatever. I was like, you know what, you can't sit over here and hold grudges forever. Like, just let it go or whatever. I'm a person who gives second chances. I don't do that anymore, baby. I'm grown. I'm 19 years old. You sit over here and burn bitches, you burning that bridge. I don't care. I don't want to sit over here and people please anymore. I am grown. But back then, back in my earlier transition phase, I didn't have anybody to sit over here and hold my hand and say, you do not need to give people second chances. When they show their true colors, believe them. When people are showing you their true colors, let them go. But I didn't know no better. So fast forward, whatever, right? You know, we send it over, you know, starting to post up, you know, being cool or whatever, right? And you know, while we being cool, I'm hearing, you know, word around the city or whatever and word around school that, you know, Water Bottle still did not like me. Water Bottle was sitting over here calling me a man, sitting over here body shaming me, sitting over here doing all this rah, just, you know, sitting over here talking all nasty. So then that's when, you know, not rah, okay, you know, we're gonna call him rah. So that's when Water Bottle was cool with this boy named Ra or whatever. And Ra was the boy who, you know, sat over here and, you know, was, you know, doing the, you know, bending to Gonzalez or whatever, right? And this is a lot to process, girl. Oh, girl, I'm going back down memory lane. So Ra and Gonzalez had a little thing going on, but I didn't know, you know, I was just minding my business. They were minding their business or whatever, right? But this is why I say you never judge a book by its cover. Let's get into it. So basically, you know, I would say that, you know, during the Water Bottle and you know, Ra beef or whatever, right? You know, Ra and Water Bottle were very cool. I think they're still cool to this day or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. That ain't my business or whatever, right? But, you know, they were sitting over here talking about me or whatever. So then that's when, you know, Ra never liked me. In the beginning of my transition, you know, I'm, you know, only trans, you know, I look dusty. Like, a lot of people used to talk about me because I used to look like a butch queen in a wig. I used to look like a butch queen in braids. Like, a lot of people didn't understand me, and he was one of them. And so Ra basically said, you know, he wants to be a girl so bad, So then that's when I told my best friend, add me to the group chat, because since you want to be in this group chat, sitting over here letting somebody talk about me, let me get in the group chat. And this was when I was friends with this one girl. We're not going to sit over here and give her a nickname because she's not really relevant in this story time or whatever, right? So then that's when I get in the, you know, DMs, and I basically, said, you want to sit over here and do all this, you want to sit over here and talk all this stuff, like, that's weird or whatever, right? And then basically, he said, send me a pic or delete or whatever. I'm like, girl, you so weird, you talking all this ish, like, girl, you so weird. I said, keep my name out your mouth. Like, now I got a problem, because at first I paid it dust, at first I didn't care, but you sitting over here just talking all this stuff. Like, I hate people who talk so much mess about you, but then when you sit over here and like say, hey, what's up, like, they just so scary. Like, why are you so scary? Like, I hate weird people, you get what I mean? And so then I said, you know what, I ain't got time. And mind you, I was on my second account, because girl, you're not finna sit over here and delete me off of one page and not add me on the other page. Girl, no, both accounts was in there. I basically said, you getting on my nerves, you're blocked. When I see you, it's on site. Like, girl, I don't care, like, you're weird, I'm paying it dust. And throughout the story time, I don't mean to keep saying transition phase, I was off of the energy drinks, girl. So my brain is all over the place, girl. And you can see that throughout the story time. But I didn't mean to say it like that, girl. And I'm trying my absolute hardest not to expose names, girl. Because, girl, I don't want y'all suing me in the future. Talk about Alizé sat over here and tarnish my reputation. What reputation do you have, girl? Jail time. So now we get to present. Now we're getting to the tea. And now we're getting into the mess. So this is when, my mother died. I was finally, in my transition phase. I was finally doing me. I was finally on my journey as a trans woman. I was doing me. I had another falling out with, Toothpick or whatever. I paid her dust. I had a falling out with Water Bottle, because me and Water Bottle were cool. We got back on good terms. I had a falling out with all of my friends. So I paid it dust, and I just minded my business or whatever, right? So before, it was a month before we went back to high school, and it was a month before we went back for our junior year or whatever, right? So before our junior year, it was summertime or whatever, right? So during summertime, I'm minding my business, I'm in my transition phase. I got my new group of friends, I'm doing what makes me happy or whatever. So fast forward, let's get into the mess. So basically, during this whole, mess or whatever, right, I was sitting over here arguing with somebody about my mother or whatever, right? And I was basically arguing with them because, like, how can you sit over here and not like me, but you don't know me from a can of paint? And this is basically when Rara was dating this one fat girl or whatever. We're gonna call her Fatty, because I don't sit over here and want to, sit over here and be respectful to her, because you lost all respect when you was talking about my dead deceased mama. Like, girl, you're not Nicki Minaj. You can't sit over and say lied on your dead mama, girl. You played. So basically, I got into an argument with her, and I basically said, like, girl, can you please stop acting like a baby? Like, you need to grow up or whatever, right? And this is what I basically said. Like, I had the whole screenshots and everything. I, basically texted her, and I was like, girl, can you please stop? Like, you're acting like a baby. You need to grow up. Like, nobody wants to sit over here and, do the nasty with your boyfriend. Like, can you get that through your head? And I basically said, I have 600,000 people who like me, who are seeing me on my face, know how I get down. Basically, what I was saying is I get down with the trade. I get down with the DLs. I don't get down with the fruit cups. I don't like fruit cups. And still to this day, I really don't like fruity men. Like, I like, I like the trade. I like, beautiful black men. I don't like, I ain't trying to be rude, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. So then she said, nobody said you was. You make yourself look suspect. Like, don't come to me with no BS. Y'all always together. Let that, stuff be known. If y'all got something going on, Cuddy, like, be upfront with it. Let me tell you something, and I know somebody might be watching this video and sending this to them. I want to tell everybody this. To this day, I always say this. I have never did anything with that boy because I've only seen him as a friend. Like, me and Rara, we were cool at the time. It was just, me, him, and I don't know who else it was. We were just cool or whatever, right? But, I would never do anything with him because I didn't find him attractive. And I never found him attractive because I say it like this. This is why I don't understand poly relationships, because all I think of is STDs. How can you sit over here and sleep with somebody's friend when their friend is sleeping with their friend is sleeping with that friend is sleeping with you, and then you sleeping with that friend? That's nasty. That's STDs. Everybody sleeping with each other. Why would I want to get in the mix with that? Why would I want to mingle and mangle with any of you? That's STDs. That's nasty. I'm not going to sit over here and share my goodies with any and everybody. I think that's so nasty, and I think that's so childish, and I don't like stuff like that. Like, that's what bothered me. So when you're accusing me of something when I'm only seeing this person as a friend, and I still see this person as a genuine friend because I was cool with them at the time. We were actually cool, and I wanted to be cool with them because they were cool. So when you're accusing me of all this stuff, like, girl, I'm gonna just insert the clip right here because, girl, it's getting messy.
Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna tell it. I'm not gonna say it again. I'm you motherfucking Nick. I do not want your motherfucking boyfriend. Just because I'm with your motherfucking boyfriend, I'm hanging out with this goddamn boy right now, does not mean I'm really fucking sitting here having sex with him, bitch. I told you, and a lot of everybody knows how the fuck I get down. I get down with hood motherfucking niggas and popular niggas. It's not on that motherfucking level. Not my motherfucking type. What do you not under motherfucking stand that, bitch? Get that through your goddamn motherfucking head, and I'm not gonna fucking say it again, bitch. I will motherfucking block you if you motherfucking say any ignorant ass shit like that again. I done let you and that whole fucking friend group grow. Grow the fuck up. Y'all need to grow the fuck up and let that dumb ass beef go. Don't beef motherfucking having my motherfucking name in that goddamn stupid ass beef, cause I ain't the motherfucking one. I will fucking block you now cause you got me fucked up. I don't want your fucking boyfriend, and if I wanted him, I could fucking have him, but I don't want him.
Next caller. So I said it like that. I simply let it go. I said, bye, like, get help. You need to seek help or whatever. So in the midst of it, after, you know, that whole little interaction happened or whatever, I ended up getting on live with my old friend Yuta or whatever. And I'm saying names because, girl, now we getting into the mess. Now it's getting into, you know, the prime time, the hype of the story time. So me and Yuta, we was on live or whatever, right? And, you know, I was sitting over here minding my business. When I joined her live off rip or whatever, right? You know, basically, you heard the girl's name or whatever, Fatty or whatever. Fatty was already in the live. Fatty already saw that I joined the live, but I didn't join the live to be messy. I joined the live to actually see what Yuta was going on, like what she had going on, because I was cool with Yuta at the time or whatever. So basically I was like saying, hey Yuta, like, what you got going on, sister? You beautiful, like, bada bing bada boom, trying to hype her up. And then here come Fatty talk about, Isaiah, get out the live, you so weird, you so messy, you so like and then now I'm like, girl, who was you talking to? Like, girl, you're not talking to me like that. Then she basically said, yes, I'm talking to you like that. That's why your mama died. You need to sit over here and go worry about that. You talk about my mama. Girl, shut up. Add me to the live. Add me to the mother live. Girl, I get up in the live, girl, and now I'm sitting over here. Now I'm mad. Like, full story. This is the time where I didn't know how to control my emotions. And girl, I don't know why this camera is doing that. But this is the time where I didn't know how to control my emotions. I didn't know how to control everything I was feeling. So immediately I let it all out. I was like, girl, you need to shit over here and mind your business. This why you this why you got that. Like, I was letting it out. I was talking about her. I was talking about everything. And I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to get demonetized. And I know this video might get demonetized, but I let her have it. So after that or whatever, the live ended, girl, and I'm not gonna lie, girl, a few people in the city was sending it out or whatever, right? So now it's mess. Now it's mess around my name. The Isaiah wants to fight a girl. Isaiah wants to fight a girl. Girl, shut up. Isaiah doesn't want to fight a girl because, like, girl, you're weird. Like, I don't want to fight nobody. Just don't sit over here and talk about my dead deceased mama. That's weird. Why would I sit over here and talk about your mama who kicked you out and said that you need to sit over here and go fend for yourself? You were homeless at 16 years old. You want to talk about my dead deceased mama? My auntie took care of me. Mama auntie did a lot for me. You gonna talk about my dead deceased mama? My mama loved me even through the thick and thin and even through the arguments, girl. She made sure I had a roof over my head. She never kissed me. Girl, I was mad. Like, girl, now I'm getting mad. So then that's when Water Bottle gets word of it that I'm talking about his cousin. I'm talking about his blood. I'm talking about his relative. This is what I don't understand about Waconians. Girl, not everybody is your cousin. If everybody is your cousin, your father and your mother need to sit down and close them legs. Like, I don't understand how everybody is quote unquote related. Like, close your legs. Like, girl, this is why I left Waco, because it was just so messy for no reason. But basically, you know, he got in my inbox and he said, what you trying to do? You sitting over here talking about my cousin. I'm like, sir, like, I'm not worried about you. I instantly blocked him because I'm not worried about you. You get what I mean, right? So now he's going on his rant. Now he's acting like Nicki Minaj, just going on a rant and going on a rant and going on a rant. I'm like, sir, you trying me. Like, now my blood is starting to boil. And mind you, this is a month before high school, girl, or whatever, right? So I'm like, girl, you need to, like, stop. Like, you really need to stop or whatever, right? So, you know, we ended up getting on live or together. And, girl, I'm just let it play out.
Make me hungry, bro. No talking, bro. I don't want to hear nothing. It's nothing to talk about. Mimi, that is a man. That is a man.
That is a girl. That is a girl. I told you,
It's 5 something. That's my nephew. That's my brother's son.
This low key is
What's
so
up, bro?
fucking stupid.
What?
You're stupid as fuck. Why is you going to my best friend's house?
We finna go. We finna go over there. She said we know where we
Some
stay.
saggy ass titties. Get your fat ass out my motherfucking camera with your fat ass.
Oh.
Bitch, that's why I'm screen recording your fat ass on. Put it on my motherfucking story. Fat ass bitch. And get your dusty ass friend out my motherfucking camera view, bitch. Y'all getting on my motherfucking
You
nerves.
don't understand. You don't understand, bitch.
You don't understand either. You came for me.
What, bro? I will beat you up.
Bitch, you barking, hoe. Bitch, you barking. Bitch, you barking, hoe. Fucking dog ass.
You the
nigga.
one who gave a fake address, fuck nigga.
Them crusty ass lips that you got, bitch.
Let
Get the
me
fuck out my
crusty, I
fucking
bet your
camera.
nigga like that.
Shut the fuck up, Kayla.
Yo, nigga, like,
I said, I don't know what makes you think.
you're
Do
gay.
you understand
It's
that I do
nothing
not
to
like
talk to.
you
You're
now?
gay.
I do not like you now. Get
You're
the fuck
gay.
away. Jacayla, I don't
You're
want to hear your
gay.
voice.
You're
You're
gay.
fake. Get the fuck on. I don't like you. And just because I'm gay don't mean I always suck dick. The fuck?
You do.
How? I
Queen, I
suck
want to
dick
go
one.
home so I
I
can meet
suck
you.
dick
Though,
one
Taylor.
time. I suck dick one time. I
I know
suck
you
dick
did.
one time.
Taylor,
I
Michael,
suck
you
dick
wasting our
one time.
time.
I suck dick one time, and you come for my ass. What in the fuck?
You a
Child,
gay
fuck
bitch.
on.
You was a gay ass nigga.
And you was one ugly ass nigga. The fuck? I'm one gay fine ass nigga. Do you understand that?
Can you whoop me?
You must not.
Can you whoop me?
Child, you're fucking ugly.
But I got a girl though.
Your girl is ugly too. Y'all fucking ugly. Show me your girl. So I can take my screenshot.
Put you on game.
You better not show me. You better not show me your girl. I swear to God, I will screenshot this shit and post this. I'm not playing. Y'all are the ugliest motherfuckers I can ever.
You need to be posting your little ass dick.
Y'all make me
And I
feel
don't give
like
a
I'm
fuck
fucking
about you
cute.
saying
Y'all
something
make me
about my
feel
lips.
like I'm
I bet
doing
your
something.
nigga like
Cause
your
y'all
whole
are
ass,
ugly
gay
and
ass nigga.
disgusting.
Gay ass nigga. And you
Yeah. With your dusty ass, with your dusty ass,
hey,
bitch. That's why you infected. The fuck on.
I'm infected.
Them dry
But then
ass,
you give
fucking
a fake.
crusty ass lips.
Okay, let them be
Get your
drunk.
dusty ass on. Just gotta
But
get your
look,
musty ass on off my motherfucking camera view. I'm
sir,
trying to see your fat ass friend.
sir,
Get away. Get
sir.
away.
No, let me
Get
I'm
away.
not a friend. I'm a cousin.
let me say something. You gave a fake address. Fuck.
Bitch, you sound like a fucking
Yeah,
nigga.
I do because my voice is hoarse. I'm yelling at
I don't
fucking.
care. I don't care. Get your big ass nose on my fucking camera view. Bitch, you making me cry. You making me cry. I just can't stand your hot ass breath. And what bothered me the most throughout this video, I felt like I was being very fat phobic, and so I apologize on my end. You know, I shouldn't have been so fat phobic. I shouldn't have been throwing out those slurs and stuff. And when I said what I said to that girl, I really didn't mean it like that. What I was trying to tell her was that I think that your boyfriend at the time, I think he's a sugarfoot, because he's not only trying to mess with me, girl. Little do you know, he's trying to mess with every, gay in the city. And like a lot of people have been trying to tell this girl, like, girl, I'm not gonna lie, girl, your boyfriend, he's a little, he got a little spice to him or whatever, right? And people don't listen, so that's on you, girl. And then it's just so crazy to me, like, never processed that. Like, I try to tell a lot of people, like, I say I don't hold grudges, but I kind of do at the same time. And I hold grudges with this type of stuff, because it's like, how can you want to be my friend and be cool with me, but you just sat over here and was talking all about me, talking about my mama, defending people who were talking about my mama, defending people who were body shaming me, defending people who were calling me all slurs and calling me a man, calling me this and calling me that, dead naming me, for God's sake. How can you want to be my friend? You know that I'm transgender, but you would still dead name me and still call me he, but you see me trying to present, you see me trying to sit over here and do what, I want to do. That's what I don't understand about a lot of people, and that's why I don't fool with a lot of gays now. And this is why I have childhood trauma when it comes to this type of stuff, and this is why I have horrible communication skills when it comes to this type of stuff. I take accountability for my part. I should have never been messy. I should have never sat over here and was talking all this ish and talking all this rah-rah, knowing good and god darn well I did not want to fight. I never really wanted to fight, but I was always going to stand on business. I was always going to get up and sit over here and talk my ish when it needed to be talked. But now I'm grown. I would never sit over here and do that. If they ever hit my inbox, talk about I want to fight, blocked. I'm sending a cease and desist. Girl, I am too grown to be doing that. I got too much motion going on right now, girl. Blocked. Girl, I pay them dust now.
So after that live, girl, I only showed that part because, like, after I left, he was still talking. So I got back in live again. And this time I went full in. I was like, when I see you, girl, we gonna fight. When I see you, mind you, girl, now the live is starting to jump. Now people are actually starting to send it out, girl. We is talking our ish now. Like, now we sitting over here really trying to, you know, fight. Like, girl, I was really going to fight him at the time. But at the time, like, girl, I was kind of a little scary because I was thinking like this. If I was to fight him, he is known, his whole friend group is known for jumping people. If I was to go out there and fight, I'm going to get jumped. And mind you, the girl who came in the camera, she's known for jumping. She's known for fighting that. But no, like, she can fight. So I'm like, girl, I'm going to be honest, girl. I'm sitting over here calling her this and that. Like, girl, I know she going to beat me up like a man. Like, girl, no. Like, no. I'm not trying to get dirty on camera. Like, girl, no. So after that little whole situation, I paid the dust. After that little whole situation, I was like, girl, I ain't trying to fight you. Like, girl, mind your business and mind your mouth. Like, girl, ain't nobody trying to fight you. So then this is where, you know, things get to the climax. So, girl, now it's time for school. Now it's time to sit over here and go be fabulous and start over here, you know, go do your big one. Like, it's time to go to school or whatever, right? So mind you, y'all, I was sitting over here. It's my first day of school, and I'm in my little cute little outfit or whatever, right? Mind you, I was in my dress or whatever, right? So, you know, I was sitting over here looking fabulous. I was sitting over here looking kind of whatever, right? So, you know, pay the dust or whatever, right? Then the second day, he comes to school because the first day, he didn't enroll himself or whatever. So, you know how the situation goes. So it's the second day of school or whatever, right? He's enrolled in school, and immediately, girl, I see him. I got scared. My heart sunk because I was like, oh my God. Girl, he goes to school with me, and I just know he's gonna be so messy. Like, oh my Lord. So I try to avoid him at all costs. But the friend group that I had is very messy, and they knew the situation, and they were trying to get us close together to see what was gonna pop off. And this is why I kind of don't, how do I say it? I don't mean to offend anybody when I say this, but this is why I don't kind of fool with a lot of people now. And this is why I kind of don't fool with a lot of people, you know, in my old friend group. Like, I cut a lot of people off because, like, a lot of people are grown and messy. Like, how, girl, let me stop. Let's get to the story time. So in the midst of it or whatever, right, this is when, you know, I would say it's like, you know, sixth period or whatever, right? And, you know, this is when, you know, he sits over here and he sees me or whatever, right? And he's like, yo, hey, Alize, da-da-da-da-da. Mind you, he wasn't calling me Alize. He was calling me Isaiah. He's like, what you doing? Now he's getting all, you know, hyped up. Mind you, girl, it's passing period. So, you know, everybody's outside seeing what's going on. I'm like, girl, you not about nothing. You need to mind your business. So I'm in science class or whatever, right? So he comes in my classroom or whatever. I'm like, girl, what is you doing? You need to sit over here and mind your business and mind your mouth. Like, get away from me. And then this is what makes me mad. Like, girl, he's sitting over here doing all this rah-rah, trying to, you know, get amped up, and his friends are hyping him up. I'm like, sir, you is so weird. So then after that, they separated us, and they was like, you know, like, Alize, go sit down. We're going to handle him or whatever, right? So they sent him off or whatever, right? I don't know if he went to ISS. I don't know if he went back to class, but whatever he did, I didn't see him the rest of the day. I sat over here, and I was walking to my bus or whatever, right? I see, you know, not Fatty. I see, what do I call him? Water bottle. I seen water bottle or whatever, right? And I was like, oh my God, water bottle is literally right there. So I paid him dust. I was like, girl, I'm not gonna sit over here and, you know, deal with him or whatever, right? So then that's when, you know, I'm not even gonna lie, girl, this boy sat over here and he was like, you know, you sitting over here doing this, you sitting over here doing that, like, you sitting over here talking about this, like, why won't you post up? In my mind, I don't want to fight you because I'm scary. In my mind, I'm scared of you. Like, you're big. Like, I just know my thought pattern, my thought process, if I fight him, he's going to sit on me. He's going to crush me. Mind you, he looks like he weighs 500 pounds. Like, I'm scared. I'm very scared. So I'm not going to hold you, girl. I'm sitting over here and I'm just like, I'm ignoring him or whatever. And then I sat over here and basically said under my breath, I'm like, you so weird. And then he's like, what you said under your breath? So he's trying to, come near me or whatever. He's trying to, sit over here and post up. I'm like, girl, I'm paying you dust. And they were like, no, don't do that. I forgot. I wasn't supposed to say names, but oh well, girl. They was like, no. So then this is when everything went down or whatever, right? I get to my bus. My bus is known for being late. I get to my bus, I don't see my bus. Every other bus is there besides my bus. So I'm like, oh my God, how do I get to my escape plan? Mind you, he's right behind me or whatever, right? I'm like, oh my God. So immediately I'm like, oh my God, my heart is sinking out my, like, girl, I'm about to die or whatever, right? So he finally catches up to me. Mind you, I'm with my homegirl or whatever, right? We're gonna call her Shorty because, girl, she's short. Like, girl, and she's like 5'10" or whatever. Not 5'10", she's like 5 foot or whatever, right? So Shorty or whatever, right? I was basically telling Shorty, I'm like, girl, I might have to fight or whatever. She's like, girl, who you finna fight? Who you finna fight or whatever, right? I'm like, girl, just hold my purse or whatever, right? Just hold everything, girl. So then, girl, you know, he sits over here, catches up with me. He's like, so what you wanna do? What you wanna do? I'm like, girl, you wanna fight? Since you wanna fight, you wanna do all this rah-rah. Mind you, y'all, I have like 50-inch, you know, braids in my, you know, tailbone or whatever, right? Girl, I got these long braids in. Girl, I'm wearing this, you know, tight fitted clothes. Like, girl, oh Lord. So without further ado, this is what I said before the fight. I said, is we gonna fight like men? Is we gonna fight like men? Because, you know, I'm trying to fight like a man. Like, girl, we're both men, you know, we was born biological men. Like, girl, what you trying to do? Like, you trying to fight like a man? So without further ado, this is what happened.
Kevin!
No, stop him! Stop him, bro! Somebody jump in and stop him! Stop him! Stop him!
Hey, stop! Stop! Stop!
So after that whole situation happened, girl, I get escorted all the way to the principal's office. Mind you, I look raggedy. Mind you, my braids are all over the place, as you've seen in the video or whatever, right? I'm looking a mess. And then I'm sitting over here starting to cry because it's like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Like, nobody helped me. And this is exactly why I don't mess with anybody from Waco anymore. This is exactly why I don't mess with nobody. Because everybody was like, oh my God, I would defend you. I would do this. I would do that. You're my best friend. This is why everybody ain't your friend, because in situations like this, when you need people the most, nobody's there to help you. So it's like, girl, no. So immediately, girl, overnight the video went viral. The video got 100,000 views. The video was sent out to so many people or whatever, right? I'm like, oh my God, this is embarrassing, right? And everybody was in the comments like, he's fighting a girl. He's fighting a girl. Oh my God, he's fighting a girl. I would never let that happen to my girl. Da, 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 da. And then everybody realized I was trans. So everybody coming on my page like, this is why you got beat up. You was a man. Da, 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 da. Now I'm feeling like I want to or whatever. This is why I'm feeling like, you know, I'm alone in this world, because like this is what made me, you know, as strong as I am now. Like, this whole situation, everybody was in my comments. Everybody was sitting over here bashing me. Everybody was sitting over here telling me this is why I got beat up, because I'm so this, I'm so that, and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you was a man, you got beat up fair and square. Let me tell you something, I will always stand on this. Nobody over 200 pounds should be fighting somebody who was weighing 110 pounds. At the time, I was very skinny. I was very twiggish. Like, girl, I really didn't want to fight him, but I'm not going to sit over here and stand for anybody who's going to sit over here and talk all this rah-rah, talk all this ish. Like, you so weird. You get what I mean? So after that, you know, that whole video went viral. I, you know, just left it, and, you know, I, you know, got suspended for a week or whatever, right? So after the suspension or whatever, you know, I don't know what happened to him or whatever, girl. Whatever happened to him or whatever, right? I didn't see him. So when I went back to school, everybody is staring at me. Everybody's sitting over here talking about me. Everybody's whispering. I'm like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Mind you, girl, I'm in a whole nother dress, girl. Mind you, I'm sitting over here looking fabulous and cunts or whatever, girl. Get up into the cuntiness or whatever, girl. I acted like nothing happened, even though I was dying inside, right? So I asked the school, I was like, can I transfer schools? Because I don't feel safe here. Like, I'm like, you know, physically dying. Like, I'm not dying mentally or whatever, right? So they let me transfer schools or whatever. After that whole situation, I transferred schools. I paid their dust. I minded my business. But I never would sit over here and do anything like that again. And I ended up becoming friends with him a couple more times. And I'm not gonna lie, I was posted up, you know, in the car with him, you know, dancing with my other friend or whatever. And we were sitting over here kicking it and laughing. But it's just like, now a lot of people were like, I was just defending you. I was just sitting over here saying that, you know, I was gonna, you know, be your friend. You know, I thought that was messed up. A lot of people didn't understand my mindset. I didn't have no true friends. I didn't have a support system. My mother is dead, mind you, girl. I don't know nothing but the same old, same old. I didn't know nothing besides negativity, and I was always attracted to negativity. Now I'm grown, girl. I'm not sitting over here being friends with anybody who's weird. But old me, I wish I could hold my hand and say, Alizé, you don't need to be friends with anybody who's talking about you. You don't need to be friends with anybody who did you wrong like that. Like, that's weird. But after that whole situation, I paid the dust. I never did anything like that again. And that's how that situation happened. But without further ado, girl, I hope my video does not get taken down. Let's really hope my video does not get taken down. But I love you guys. Stream Nicki Minaj. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll talk to you guys later. Happy Thanksgiving. You know, bada bing, bada boom. Bye, loves. Ah!